Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel, NiNjahCheeto here. This morning I noticed SEGA posted on the official website some new info regarding the new Gunblade class Slayer releasing next month in April. I'm going to discuss a little more about Slayer here with this new info, so let's jump into it. So up until now, we wasn't 100% certain on what attack type for Augment Slayer was going to be using, but we did have a pretty good indication via the Slayer prep ticket campaign info posted on the SEGA website, showcasing some of the trade-in Gunblades for Slayer, using ranged attack type augments. Well, now we do know for certain 100% Slayer is a range-based class, due to the new info posted today. You can see SEGA has officially posted a new Gunblade weapon category for release in April, with the Gunblade potency increase being that of a ranged weapon being applied in all NGS blocks. As well, the icon for the Gunblade will be altered to blue, signifying it as a range-based weapon type, as originally in base PSO2 the Gunblade icon was orange, being considered a striking weapon. Although in base PSO2 Gunblade did scale on all classes except Luster via melee and range, depending on what Photon art was being used. There was a mixture. It was a hidden hybrid mechanic. Now, keep in mind Gunblade NGS could have this hidden mechanic too, or there could be a special skill tree skill that converts attack types into range, etc. We still don't 100% know since the class isn't officially out and tested yet, but I think it's a safe assumption to build for the ranged armor to use on Slayer. Now, I wanted to mention a bit about the color of the Slayer Photon arts being showcased in the recent trailer we got. A lot of people are under the assumption that the Slayer Photon arts will be green and black. I think that visual color is probably just the appearance of a color variant camo or a color variant weapon being used in the trailer. If you wasn't aware, all Photon arts in PSO2 NGS are always default a blue color. The color of the Photon arts can be altered via color variant weapon or camo. I will showcase a little more here, and explain to you all along the way with my katana, but keep in mind this same color formula works on all weapons of PSO2 NGS. Okay, so I'm going to show you all what I was mentioning here with the katanas. I have two different katanas here that are both the same type. You can see I have a NiOS katana that I use as my main weapon, which is a color variant, which I got really blessed with the RNG on getting this thing. And then you can see I have a NiOS katana here that is not a color variant, which is just base. Now first I'm going to equip the base one here in palette swap 4, and you can see I have a camo on my back as well. Now the camo isn't going to, this camo is the base PSO2 camo, so it's not going to affect the color of my Photon art. But you can see whenever I start to do my Photon arts here, there's blue coloring around my Photon arts. You can see all that blue aura that's like circling around me as I do the tip end of my Photon arts. So that's the default blue color I was talking about. You can see all my different Photon arts will have this blue color that come off of them. And the blue color does look pretty good, but it just never changes. This is the default color. But here we'll switch over to my NiOS katana that's a color variant. And you'll see when I do the same Photon arts, it's red, because this is a color variant weapon. And you can see that same like red and black aura that goes around all my weapons here. And that's going to stay persistent whether I have a camo on or whether I unequip my camo. I'll unequip my camo here now for you all. My liberation. Whenever I unequip my camo, you can see that it's still going to have that same red color going off. And that's due to the color variant. Now if I was to switch this to a different color variant camo, it would actually change the color up more. But here, we'll go ahead and use the regular Neos as well without the camo on, just to show y'all for sure. Now this same setup works on every weapon in the game. I'm pretty sure Luster is going to be the exact same, or not Luster, but I'm pretty sure Slayer is going to be the exact same when it comes to this color combination. So keep that in mind. I sure hope I'm not calling Slayer Luster because I keep wanting to, but I like Slayer, the name. The name Slayer is really, really good. I'm glad that they chose that name choice. Good stuff. But something else I will show y'all is we can go ahead and equip a different type of camo on top of my color variant. Let's see, I think this Obscura Almate works on a camo if I'm not mistaken, on a katana. Okay, so yeah, the Obscura Almate. Now this is going to be the normal one, and you can see it changed the color of my Photon arts to like a pinkish color because the Obscura Almate CV, it's a color variant camo, it changed the color of this. I wonder if this will work with... You can see it even changed the color of my Photon arts for my color variant weapon. Like the color variant camo actually overrides the color of the color variant weapon. So that's kind of neat too. It's a little hard to tell since we're using a pink camo, so let's see if I got another camo here. That's going to be a little more obvious with the CV. Purple, there we go, this will be perfect. The Resurger Almate CV. So this will be the default Neos. When we use the Photon art, you can see how my Photon art color is changing to a purple color. And then if we equip the CV katana and do the Photon art, you can see my Photon art color is changing to a purple again, because the color variant camo is actually overriding the color variant of the weapon. The camo's going on top of it, which it should be that way too, in my opinion. That's pretty cool. It works out that way. But yeah, I really like this. I like the fact that CV's color variants, if you wasn't aware, change the color of all your attacks. That's pretty nice. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's actually a Slayer prep ticket campaign going on right now. Now, if you're unaware of how to get to this, if you open your menu and you go to Tasks and Quests and then Tasks, and then the far right, you can see limited time tasks in here. Now, I've already completed a bunch of these. They keep adding more each week, it seems. We might get a few more, but in total, we're going to be getting a total of Slayer Prep Operation Ticket times 20. And there's some pretty cool little other prizes that come along with it too, like the head mount, Garagarongo, and so forth. A lot of these are pretty easy to complete, just like running the limited time quest and just kind of going out and killing some different enemies and stuff. But you want to make sure that you try to hit these Slayer Prep ticket campaigns. You want to make sure that you get all of these during the campaign period, because there's going to be a shop that comes April 4th, I believe. It should come with the release of Slayer, but they said the Slayer is going to be mid-April, whereas the campaign ends on April 4th, so maybe the following week we'll get the shop. I'm not really sure the exact date of Slayer. We could assume that it could be April 4th with the maintenance there that'll come, but we don't know for sure. But I'll show you all here on the screen what y'all can see here on the screen. I'm going to leave a link to this website in the video description below, so y'all can check this out for yourself too if you like. The Get Ready for Slayer campaign that's going on currently. This has been running since March 1st, and it's going to go all the way till April 4th, like I mentioned before. And there's actually some pretty cool little stuff that you can get a hold of in here. There's like some various camos that you can get a hold of for your Gunblade, and as well there's like some Gunblade weapons and stuff. And even if you're not interested in the Gunblade weapons themselves, some of these camos are actually work on other weapons too. Some of them are previous like seasonal weapon camos. And then, of course, there's also like special scratch tickets and NEX cubes, arms refiners, and so forth. Arms refiner 2 is always good to get more of those. And the Slayer Operation Prep ticket, you can trade in some things for more of the tickets too. Now, when it comes to this info, originally when we got this info, they gave us the info about the Gunblades coming with all these ranged augments on them. So we was kind of under the assumption that real Slayer was going to be range based anyways, just seeing these augments on here. But it is definitely nice to see that they have doubled down on the reassurance that they're saying that the Slayer Weapon Gunblade is going to be, the Weapon Gunblade category is going to be ranged based now. So we do know in fact that it's going to be a ranged weapon. So we can definitely build ahead of time for that with armor. And I'm actually like a really big fan of this Relic Action CV, this camo here. This is actually an old like Phantasy Star Universe weapon, Phantasy Star portable weapon. It might have even been in PSO, I'm not exactly sure on that, but I do know it was in PSU JP and also PSU Portable. So it's definitely cool, like old fan classic there. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for today. I'm super excited for Slayer to release. I love the name and the class looks really flashy. But I want to know, what do you all think of the new Gunblade class Slayer? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a wonderful day, friends. See you in the next one.